Hello students. In my last video lesson, I have already discussed about the uh, classification of goods like final goods and intermediate goods. So, in continuation with that part, today I am going to proceed with the remaining portions of this topic 2 of unit 1, that is basic concepts of macroeconomics. So, the first topic that I am going to deal in today's video lesson is production boundary. What is this production boundary is all about? As you know, the boundary means a line or a border actually. Means in case of our house or buildings, there is boundary are there, boundary walls are there. Means it's the main concept of behind this boundary line is to showing the area. Okay, means this part is my area, and after that boundary wall it may be your area or like that. So, here also in case of production boundary, the concept has come only to differentiate between the final and intermediate goods. As I said in the last class, I told you what is final and what is intermediate good. So, how we can differentiate that the good is final or intermediate? For that we are using this production boundary, because it is an imaginary line actually, or you can say it is a boundary around the whole productive sector, or you can say the whole production process. Okay, as long as the goods remain within the production boundary or that within that imaginary line, they are intermediate goods. And once the good comes out of that boundary or that imaginary line, it will become a final good. That means goods which are within the boundary or within that imaginary line is called as intermediate good, and goods which come out of that boundary or that imaginary line are considered as final goods. Okay. So, in this way we can categorize or we can differentiate between intermediate or final with the help of production boundary. Now, let me clear this thing with the help of a diagram. Okay. See here, three producers are there, producer A, and A is basically a farmer actually, he is producing or cultivating cotton, and there is producer B who is producing threads with the help of that cotton. Okay. And there is producer C who is producing cloths with the help of those cotton threads. Okay. So, now if you see the whole production boundary, this is the imaginary line. Okay. This, let me annotate with another color. As you can see, this line I have drawn here, this green line, this is what the production boundary. Why? Let me tell you. Because here see, farmer A, okay, produces cotton. Okay, there is farmer A who produced cotton and its worth is become suppose 2000 rupees, and then the farmer A sell it to farmer B, or rather producer B actually. Okay. Now, producer B used this cotton, okay, as raw material and produced thread, cotton thread, and now its prices or worth is rupees 3000. Okay. Now, what will he do with those thread? The producer B will sell it to the another person. Now, suppose C is there who is producing cloths, cotton cloths. Okay. So, C purchased those cotton threads from producer B and produce cloths, which now means the price of that cloths become rupees 4500. Okay. So, A produced the cotton. Now, that cotton used as an intermediate goods by producer B. Now B produced cotton thread with the help of those cotton, and then he sell it to producer C, and C used that cotton thread as again intermediate good and produce the cloth. Now the thing is that, now suppose you are the consumer and you went to producer C and you purchase those cloths from that producer C for your own use, okay, for your final consumption. Then that cloth will become what? Final good, because it is now the cloth that has been purchased by you or the consumer is not going to, means you are not going to produce it further or use it for further production. You just purchase it for your own domestic use actually, okay, or for your own use. So the cloth has become, means comes out from the this boundary line, okay. Now let me erase this thing and let me draw another production boundary. Suppose this is your production boundary and here this C is not here actually, okay. Let me annotate with the red color, then it will be more. Suppose there is no C or like that, anybody, any C producer. Now your production boundary is this red line, okay. Why? Because when farmer A produced the cotton, okay, he sell it to producer B and B produce the thread, and from B you purchase that thread. Now it is not cloth, it is thread, okay. Now you purchase that thread from producer B and therefore thread will become what? Final good, because now thread has come out that boundary line actually, okay. So now this thread will become the final good, because you have purchased those thread for your domestic use or for your personal use, okay. So now the thread become the final good. Is it clear? So in this way we can draw an imaginary line, and once the good comes out from that imaginary line or imaginary boundary, then that good will be known as final good, and until and unless that good will come out, it will not considered as final good, it will become, means inside that boundary the goods will become what? Intermediate, okay. It may be in any form, but it will become, it will be intermediate only inside the boundary, okay. So this is all about the production boundary, okay. Now moving up to the next point or next topic, that is consumption goods. What is consumption good? Consumption goods refers to basically those goods which can satisfy the wants of the consumers directly, okay. It can satisfy consumers' wants directly. This is a very important one. Directly it can satisfy. Now let me give you some example like clothes, television, pen, butter, any kind of services or furnitures like that, okay. So as you can see here, consumption goods can be divided into or subdivided into 4 major heads. What are those major heads? First of all, durable goods, okay, durable consumption goods. Let me zoom out this. See, this is an television set, okay, and durable means the durable goods are those goods which can be used again and again over period of time, okay. Means whatever be the lifetime of that product, and definitely the lifetime will be years, means it will be counting in years actually, maybe at 5 years, 6 years like that, okay. So durable goods are those goods which we can use for several years, like this television, okay. Now there is another type of consumption goods, that is semi durable. Now you can see here in the picture, there are some t-shirts are there, hangings are, I mean t-shirts are hanging. So these t-shirts, as we know, means it made of cloths, okay, and these are means you can use it for limited time actually. If you wash it several times, it will not be like means what you got at the first day actually. Okay, you can use it for a limited period of time. So this is semi durable. Durable means not that much durable like the television set. You can use it, and if you wear a t-shirt, see, if you wear a t-shirt for last 1 year and every time you are wearing that t-shirt, then will be means you have to throw it, means, so it is semi durable. Okay, you cannot use it for unlimited times. Okay, now that is why it is known as semi durable. Okay, then comes to non durable. Non durable, as you can see here the picture of bread. Okay, as its lifetime is very small, okay, span of life is very small. At the same time, once you have that bread, you cannot use it further actually. Like if you consider this piece of bread, okay, first piece of bread, once you ate that bread, you cannot eat it once more actually. You can wear this shirt once again, but you cannot eat the bread which you have already eaten. Okay, so you can use it only for one time. So this is called non-durable one. And next we have services. Services means these are basically the non-material goods actually, which directly can satisfy the human wants, like the services of doctors. Means now during this pandemic, as we know, all the health workers are working heart and soul actually, means they giving their full time actually, for they have dedicated their whole life for the patients actually, to treat the patients. So this is a service. Now teachers are also taking classes through online modes and all, means providing you the services. So these are non-material goods, but it can directly satisfy the wants of the human being. As we can see here in the picture, there is a trainer or maybe a teacher is teaching his student, or maybe giving training to his trains actually. So this is one kind of service actually. Okay, and this can be considered as consumption good as well. So there are four subparts under consumption goods: durable, semi durable, non durable and services. Okay, now moving up to the next part, that is capital goods. What is capital goods? Capital goods are basically those final goods, or you can say those fixed assets of the producers which help in production of other goods or services. Means with the help of this capital goods, they are producing something else, like machineries in the plants, okay, plants and machineries, equipments. You can consider any kind of, means for a tailor, okay, tailoring shop, they are using those tailoring machine to make clothes. Okay, so they are not selling those tailoring machine, sewing machine, okay, they are using those machines to make clothes from means, or to make shirts, t-shirts, kameez, salwar, all these things with the help of the cloths. Okay, so those machines are known as capital goods. It may be vehicles also. Okay, when we are using it for the transportation and all, so those things will come under this capital goods. Okay, this capital goods actually, okay, are used in future for productive purposes, and these capital goods have expected lifetime as well. Okay, means you can use it for several years. It is not like that the capital good has a very minimum, means 2 months or 3 months life. It will be means you can use that good for long years. Okay, maybe at 5, 6, 10, 15, 50, anything. Okay, it depends on the lifetime of that product. So repeatedly you can use that capital good, and it have a expected lifetime, as I said. There is another important thing, that is this capital goods never lose their identity. Means once you are using the machine for further production, that machine will not going to lose its identity, that from the day 1 to last day you will the identification or identity of that machine will be same. Okay, but the thing is that over the passage of time, okay, its value can depreciate. You are using that machine for a long time actually, so its value can depreciate, or sometimes it may need some repairing, or sometimes it may also you need to replace it as well. But the thing is that it will never lose its identity. Okay, so this is all about the capital goods. Now moving towards our next subtopic of this basic concepts. Till now we have discussed about the classification of goods. So second subtopic is concept of stocks and flows, where we will discuss about, or I will discuss about these stocks and flows. So let's see what is stocks and what is this flow is all about. Okay. Now stocks means what? To stocks variable means variables refers to those variables actually which are measured at a particular point of time. This is very important. At a particular point of time you have to measure in case of stock variable. Like if we consider one example like capital, quantity of money, etc. Okay, so this is a stock variable, whereas this stock variable actually it is a static concept. It is not a dynamic concept, because here we are talking about a particular point of time. Means what is the population of India today? What is the COVID cases today? Means today it is whatever be the date you are considering actually. If we consider today's date, it is 30th April 2021. So what is the COVID case today right now? So this is a static concept. Okay, and this is all about the means this is an example of stocks. Okay, so without there is no time dimension actually. Okay, now greater the stock, greater will be the flow actually. Okay, if the stock is greater, then definitely flow will be, means there will be greater flow. Means if you invest more, then automatically the income will be more. Okay, at a particular point of time, whatever will be your investment, if you invest a huge amount, then automatically that will give you more capital formation, or that will flow as a income actually. Okay, now what is flow actually? We need to know that also. Actually, flow variables are those variables which are measured over a period of time or during a period of time. Okay, is in case of stock we are considering it point of time, and here over a period of time. Like as I gave the example in case of stock, that today on 30th April 2021, what is the COVID case right now. In case of flow variable, the example will be like this. From the January 2021 till now, what is the COVID cases. Okay, so the trend if you want to see. So that is the example. Okay, and from economical point of view, you can say the example like capital formation, income, means income is a flow variable. Okay. So here as you can see, in case of stock variable, it is a static concept because it says about the particular point of time. Flow variable is, or flows is a dynamic concept because it depends on the time period. Okay, means if time period is long, then the data will be something else. If it is short, then means it always depends on the time, and it changes actually over the period of time, it changes. Now greater the flow, greater will be the stock. If you earn more, you can invest it more. Okay, means if income is greater, you can add on more, the stock will be more. Like the other way around means, as we have mentioned here, greater the stock, greater will be flow. Similarly, in case of flow, if the flow will greater, okay, means the greater flow, actually greater will be the stock. Okay. So, both are important, both concepts are important actually. Okay. So, moving up to the last topic, gross investment, net investment and depreciation. Let me tell you the depreciation part. Depreciation basically refers to the fall in the value of fixed assets due to normal wear and tears, you can say, or maybe passage of time, or maybe expected obsolescence. That is, let me tell you one by one. Normal wear and tears means, as you are using any fixed asset for many times, okay, and you using it for the production process, means for your production process, so then definitely its value will deteriorate, okay, its productive capacity or its value will decrease. So, that is normal wear and tear. Then passage of time, maybe you are not using that product, but still maybe due to the rain, wind, weather or like that natural things, okay, factors, if you keeping it, its value will again decrease. And expected obsolescence means, suppose the future, means people expect that in future the new technology will come and this technology will become obsolete one, or maybe outdated one, or because of that in future actually, or after few years or few times actually, few period of time, some period of time, means its value become depreciate. Okay. So, this is what about the depreciation. So, this depreciation also can be known as, means you will get there are some other names as well, like consumption of fixed capital, capital consumption allowance, or replacement of fixed capital, like this. Okay. Now, this depreciation is different from capital loss actually. Why? Because capital loss is loss in value of fixed assets. For what reason? Due to unforeseen obsolescence or natural calamities or accidents like that, means like earthquake or maybe tsunami takes place and the value of an asset get decreased actually. So, this is a capital loss, this is not a depreciation. Okay. Depreciation happens over the period of time. So, what is gross investment and net investment? Investment, first of all you need to know what is investment. Investment means capital formation, investment is the addition to that capital stock actually of an economy. As I said, means if income flows increases, then definitely the stock will increase actually. Investment one time means you have 100 rupees, you invested in your business. So, investment is the addition to that capital stock of an economy. Okay. Now, what is gross investment? Then gross investment is the total addition to capital stock, including that depreciation of fixed asset, means including that depreciation, okay, or you can say consumption of fixed capital, whatever name you will give, you can. Okay. So, including that, the whatever is the total addition to the capital stock is known as gross investment. Then what is net investment? Net investment is the actual addition to capital stock excluding the depreciation of fixed asset. Means there is we will only consider the actual addition to that stock, we will not consider that depreciation. Okay. So, we can mathematically express it this thing in this way. Net investment is nothing but the gross investment minus depreciation. Once you deduct or exclude that depreciation from the gross investment, you will get net investment. Okay. So, that is all about the whole basic concepts. Okay. In the next lesson or next video lesson, I will come with a next new topic Okay, so for the time being, go through this whole video, whole lesson, and if you have any queries, definitely you can ask me in the online classes, actually live classes. Okay, thank you students.